Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Derek here, and we are back reacting to another episode of The Boys. This is season 2, episode 6. This is called The Bloody Doors Off. So, presumably an explosion of some sort will occur, because that's where that phrase comes from, blow the bloody doors off. Before we jump into it, please consider leaving a like on the video, and please consider subscribing. That helps the channel out so much, helps my videos get seen more, and that means a lot to me. But otherwise, what happened last time on The Boys? I think the most memorable thing that happened was the end of the episode when Homelander and Stormfront bumped some uglies. Because it was equally parts like horrifying and funny and awkward and just like a deeply uncomfortable experience. But I knew, I called it was happening like halfway through the episode. I called it last episode of the episode before when she's, she puts an emphasis on like one or two words when she was talking to him, and I was like, ooh, she wants it. But that's not the only thing that happened. What else happened? We learned that Butcher has a brother named Lenny, while they were hiding from Black Noir, and then they escaped from Black Noir by making a deal with him, or with Mr. Edgar rather. And that was interesting. I think we'll probably learn more about Lenny as time goes on. Stormfront was on the phone with Lamplighter because he's like a nurse or something at a care facility of some description, whether it's an old folks home or it's an insane asylum for insane mutants or whatever. I don't know. What else went down? Oh, Annie straight up called out Stormfront for being Liberty. She was like, yo, I know you're an old racist piece of crap. I'm gonna tell everybody. And then Stormfront just like didn't care. So that was interesting. The Deep and Maeve, Queen Maeve might have struck a deal of some sort because she hates Homelander. A-Train was kicked out of the Seven and has still had to film this movie. Who knows what he's gonna do now? But things continue to develop and relationships continue to get pushed forward. And things keep happening where I think the way things seem to be going right now is that all these people are going to team up against Homelander and Stormfront in some fashion, because they all seem to start hating them now, and I really want to see them all fight. So I think that's all I need to talk about from last episode, unless there's something I forgot. There's definitely stuff I forgot, but otherwise we're going to jump right into the next episode. So here we go. That's a bomb.
Who wants to rob a bank?
Fuck yeah.
And though you've been covered with angels and many a person, even a simemo, it's always harder when it's someone you love.
What?
L'amour.
No, I don't. I mean, I do.
Okay.
Of course. It's just...
Is it getting through?
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay. It got through. Dang, they knew exactly where it was. That's a big chip. Holy crap. This guy's gonna get murdered.
Howdy-o, buckaroo.
Ooh. She just broke his arm.
Everyone always recording on their phone all the time. It's like you can't even do your job anymore.
That's gross. Quit it. I hate that. Oh my god. No one saw that? And then, yeah, they're just banging. Oh, they're licking the blood. That's disgusting. You need to stop that. They're just banging next to a dead guy. That's horrible. I mean, it's horrible that they're using her so much that way, but she is going along with it in a sense, begrudgingly. So until she's ready to make her move.
So the school halibut? I mean, these guys are like rowdy motherfuckers, right? They, anyway.
School halibut? Some rowdy mofos.
I mean,
Isn't it lit? Your very own anthem.
Isn't it lit?
Hey, what? What? I'm right here, buddy. Over here. What's up, buddy?
Good to see you. Well, then, guess you don't need his help. Or, no, never mind. Forget I even said anything. But hey, it's great to see you, man.
Who's his? The church man? Alistair? Whatever, Adonis?
Would you like a fresco?
You. Quit with your weird crap, man. He had that fresco ready. He's like, fresco. There you go.
This is what you bought. With your blood money. I
Bossy.
will believe you and order you.
Just make up. Make up and make out.
It's okay, cool.
I never did.
Something tells me Frenchie's gonna get caught.
You're looking at 20 to 25 minimum. Or you can come work for me. I could use someone with your imagination.
Madame. Fuck you.
That's a pity.
I'll let you surprise me wherever you want.
They're gross.
Yeah, okay.
They're super gross. What was his surprise? Was it actually a cool surprise, or did he just want to bang? Oh. That's gross. Dude, keep him there. It's 20 minutes. Don't aim the gun at her. I feel like all these scenes in shows and movies where they sneak into a place dressed as the people that work there, it's so unrealistic. Because if you actually worked there, you'd be like, hey man, who are you? You don't work here. I know, I work here. But I guess it'll work out fine, I guess.
You know that I hate Vought as much as you do. You know that.
You're a
But it
soup
doesn't even
though.
matter to you
And a
because
soup raped his wife.
what you can't
So
stand
he,
is in my blood.
yeah, he
I'm
doesn't like
subhuman
you.
to Only good soup is a dead soup, right?
Your words, not mine.
That's enough.
You know what? You're just a bigot and a bully. I know another guy just like that. He's got a flag for a cape.
Ooh, don't compare him to the man that raped his wife. Ooh, that was him. Or her. Might have been, yep, Stormfront.
Oh, fuck me.
Why'd you take him to the security office?
Easy.
Did they kill him? Was that a trank gun? It is for soups. Well, that person's tiny. That looks like a facility for soups. That guy's got a giant wiener.
Mother gotta love sauce.
Looks like a facility for soups that just like either can't control their power or are dangerous in some form. Maybe that they can radicalize.
Well, I'm not doing any more of these stupid pet tricks until I talk to my sister.
Okay. Okay. We'll work something out.
Yeah, he's about to die. Sorry, Timo. Lamplighter's about to torch you. Yeah. You gonna die.
Fucking lamplighter! I didn't recognize him without the mask and the hood. Fucking lamplighter, we have to get him, of course.
No, we can't. For Madame and Henri, for her grandchildren. Not right now. First, we gotta find out
Ooh, yeah,
what the fuck all this
he
shit is.
burned her grandchildren. Brother, it's not gonna. Oh, Kimiko, no. They recognize each other. He recognizes him. Frenchie. That was a mistake. That person is gonna kill you. Oh, you know that person's a psycho.
Who are your friends?
We ain't his friends. Go ahead, fuck his ass up.
Do not. Oh. Okay, I thought she was gonna hurt Mother's Milk. Dude, she just tanked those shots.
Shit.
Oh my.
Let's get out of here!
Yeah, that's right! You better run! She's our friend and she's crazy! You come back here and she'll kill you! You hear me? She'll kill you, you sons of bitches!
Yo, maybe she's the one that blew up, what's her face? The CIA person. She could explode people's heads. Probably from a distance.
I'm gonna take my chances.
That guy got through. Oh, that's acid. That's acid, yeah. He can burn himself. Oh. That seems counterproductive to his ability.
Okay, you guys can come.
Very Whedon-esque dialogue situation there. Oh, that's... Why'd you do that? Okay, and I don't know if you needed to kill him, but...
Fine.
That doesn't look good.
Huey! Huey! No, 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 no.
Can you cauterize?
Oh, fuck. The kid must have fried everything. I need power.
Well, you got a pretty shite superpower then, don't ya? We gotta get him to a doctor.
Fire off your gun and then put the barrel on his wound. Let the heat from the barrel cauterize it. Don't know if that would work. Oh, come on. He's burned the whole trailer down. Oh my god.
All right, well, I gotta go run lines with Norm. See him 48 tonight. Real McGillen.
Something wrong?
Run lines with Noir because he didn't talk.
Why would you need to explain anything to me?
She feels bad.
I think A-Train sabotaged me my entire career.
What?
Well, you do think you're better than me.
Wow.
And I fantasize about drowning you over and over again, but man, I don't want to feel that way anymore. I want to be clean.
Oh boy.
Yeah, oh boy, indeed.
For a man in seven-figure debt, a heart condition, and in heavy withdrawal, do you really think you have the luxury to get up and leave?
Oof. He's in seven-figure debt?
Why?
Maybe I just like watching people burn. I remember you, you know. You were tailing me the night that I torched those kids. So why didn't you stop me? Maybe you like watching people burn too. If she's dead.
Yo.
Easy. Come
Yo, that really tore Frenchie up inside. Kimiko's sad now.
The bachelor party I will throw you. What's your thoughts about transgender strippers?
Strippers ain't really my kind of Hershey's, with or without nuts. But you golf? Thinking about doing a golf trip.
So here's what happens now. You're going to tell us every single thing you see and hear at the tower.
Especially when it comes to Homelander.
So they had some sort of leverage.
If I wanted to boost some wheels, it wouldn't be a fucking Hyundai, you daft cunt.
He's at least unconscious. She didn't kill him. Oh, that is in him. Good thing they didn't take it out.
It won't hold long.
Oh. She killed that dude, and he had a kid.
We went underground for months. But you never came for us. Not you, not Homelander. Why?
I don't know if maybe Lamplighter doesn't like killing like he pretends to.
I'm not a fucking animal. Only a fucking animal will do what you did. Drop it. You murdered innocent children. Shut the You watched them burned alive, crying for their mama. If that's not an animal, then what is, huh? I didn't know.
I didn't know that you were gonna be in that bed. You were supposed to be your boss.
Sounds you fucking come right now.
Shen.
Selsh. His friend was ODing, so he left to go help him. Something tells me the kid died anyway.
Maybe once I would have cried over him, but now he was just another person in our way.
She's letting her mindset change.
We're nothing alike. Nothing.
Are you though? I think you're becoming a little bit more like them every day, Annie. Going down that Queen Maeve route.
These people are test subjects. They're trying to stabilize the V.
Explain.
Infants handle it best, but adults, I mean, you saw what happens. Sometimes you get power, sometimes you get a freak, sometimes you just explode. Vought is trying to stabilize it so that you put the V in any adult arm, anywhere, anytime, you get a solid soup, solid powers.
Dang, so that then they don't have to worry about like raising these kids their whole lives and having a family for them. They can just pick whoever they want and give them
They
powers.
just make me burn.
After all these years, man, I want to let you off the hook.
He didn't want to be let off the hook.
What makes you think I want to be let off the hook?
He thought he deserved that. Who's at the door? What's that? Is that what I think it is? Oh, oh no. Oh, that was that man's dick. You just got choked by a dick, brother.
That's his fucking dick.
Don't be so close-minded.
Yo, that's so funny. She didn't care. Oh, that's Stormfront.
He's too good for either of us.
That was nice. I liked that.
Homelander and Queen Maeve. Oh God, they're leaving us.
Oh, snap.
I love you. Tell the boys I love them.
I'm gonna show that to Homelander. And he's either gonna leave us alone or I'm gonna put it on CNN.
Yo, I don't think Elena wants to be with you anymore.
Elena.
She doesn't want to postmate nothing with you. She's horrified you let those people die.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you let a plane full of people die. I mean, we understand because it's Homelander and he's a horrifying murderer. But Elena, she doesn't fully understand. And it's got to be tough having the perception of the person you love just completely shift in your head.
He cannot absolve my sins. No one can. I know this now.
Madame Inouye. I know I wasn't welcome at the funerals all these years. I couldn't offer my condolences.
Where is he?
Do it. You'd be doing me a favor. Do it.
She won't do
Madame,
it.
please. I am begging you for his life.
You cannot punish him as much as he punishes himself.
Please don't shoot him, please. Okay, good. Thank God. Dang, she just keeps it in a case. All right.
Your grandmother.
My daughter.
Interesting. So she's super old.
I was born in 1919 in Berlin.
Nazi. She's a goddamn Nazi. Bona fide.
Richard Vought.
She married him?
He gave me the first successful V injection. He taught me everything. And then we fell in love, and he gave me a daughter. He made me. And his genius made you. We are in a war for the culture. The other races are grinding us down and taking what is rightfully ours, but we can fight back.
Oh my God.
An army of supermen, millions strong.
You are horrible.
Because that is Vought, and you will be the man who will lead us.
No.
You are everything
Stop it.
that we dreamed of. So I love you with all of my heart.
Just because he's Aryan?
How could I not?
Okay. That offers a lot of food for thought. And they once again end with just a horribly uncomfortable scene with Stormfront and Homelander. Ugh. I hate it. I hate every second of it. It's the worst. Okay. So I feel like one of the biggest things that we learned about this episode is something that we've been wanting to know since season 1, when we learned that Lamplighter burned Mallory's grandkids. Like, as soon as Mother's Milk and Frenchie were like having at it, and he was blaming him for stuff. Like, we wanted to know what happened there. And they didn't give us any more info, really, throughout all of season 1, other than the fact that her kids got burned by Lamplighter. So that's one thing. You don't want to see little kids get burned, but you wanted to know the story, the backstory behind it. So that's one thing that I really liked about this episode is they showed, like, what happened 8 years ago. How did Frenchie get brought into the group? And he robbed a bank. Excellent at it. He was super good at designing different things to take out different soups. And that's why Mallory wanted him on the team. But they get caught, and she essentially says, like, yo, you can either have you and both of your accomplices go to prison for 25 years, or you can just work for me and they'll be fine. And he cares about his friends so much that he's like, all right, fine, I'll do it. He joins the team, having a grand old time, doing their darndest little fun dances, having fun, getting married, doing all this jazz. And they have some leverage on Lamplighter, where he's gonna be like their inside man in the 7, right? And he leaves, and Frenchie's supposed to follow him, tail him, and at some point, Frenchie peels off because his friend is overdosing, and so he goes to help him, ends up never seeing him again anyway, but he comes back, Lamplighter's gone. Lamplighter presumably goes to Mallory's place, doesn't realize who's in this bed, just torches the bed, because he's like, yo, he thinks he's killing Mallory. He's like, I'm going to murder this lady, then there's no leverage over me. Turns out it is not her, and he just torched some kids. And that event has been so traumatizing to him that he like, that was the worst decision he's ever made in his entire life. And that's understandable. And I don't know why, but I feel very sympathetic towards him. Like, I know, because yes, he killed some kids. That is true. But he also didn't do it on purpose. I mean, he did it on purpose, but he didn't know it was them. He thought he was killing a lady that was blackmailing him. And when you look at every other character in this show, even the people on the good team have been killing people. Annie killed someone this episode. Mother's Milk, Frenchie killed the guard in this episode. Like, they're all killing people. And he accidentally killed some kids. I think he's tortured himself for quite a while over it. And like Frenchie said at the end, like, there is no punishment that Mallory can do to him that is going to be worse than how much he punishes himself. So I'm completely cool with him, honestly. I'm pretty cool with Lamplighter joining the team. Partly because I love the actor. When he played Iceman in the X-Men, he was fantastic. He was in a video game from Quantic Dream, I think, which was pretty good. I like the actor, Shawn Ashmore. He's really good. And I want him to join the team. I think Lamplighter as an addition to the team would be awesome. But yeah, I'm super glad that we learned the backstory of that whole situation. I'm glad that Mallory decided not to kill him in the end. I was sitting there, I was like, please. I was, because this show often presents you with some scenes that seem somewhat quiet or calm, and then they're abruptly interrupted with something harsh and in your face. And I thought, while Frenchie was talking, she was just going to shoot him. And I'm so thankful she didn't, because I want him on the show more. Some Annie, and sticking with that general storyline group, Annie goes with them, and her and Butcher have some confrontation because he doesn't like her. He only views her as a soup. Like, he doesn't view her as a person. And that is obviously not how she wants to be viewed. He only sees her as a soup, and he hates soups because his idea of a soup is just like a murdering, rapist type, like do whatever they want, no regard for anyone else type person. And a soup specifically raped his kid, or not raped his kid, raped his wife and had a kid with her. So he just hates all soups in general. He hates what's coursing through them. And so even though Annie is like the most wonderful person, Dayton Huey, pretty much, like, he hates her. But also there's like the how do I describe this? Butcher is the stepmother to Annie in a sense, where Annie comes in and she's dating this kid, and the mom just hates her guts, like doesn't like where she comes from, doesn't like the kind of person she is. It's like in a typical romance movie, like there's always that situation where like mother and son, where the mom and the girlfriend just hate each other, and then at some point in the movie something happens and they bond and they make fun of the love interest for a little bit, and then they laugh and they're like, oh, maybe I don't hate you as much. Or that like there's a sign of respect or whatever, like she said in the mirror, like parallels. You know, she has to kill that man. She didn't try to kill that man, but you know, he was pulling a gun, was about to shoot Butcher, so she blasted him, hit his head, bled out, died. You know, I don't think that was the first. It might have been the first person she killed. It was definitely the first person she killed, like not as a superhero. And not really like in self-defense. She just kind of took this guy out. I mean, kind of self-defense because Butcher, but he was going to get shot. But she just like, she took, and she also didn't try and kill him though. So that might have been, that might have been the first person she's ever killed. And she didn't like it. And Butcher he gave her a sign of respect of like, all right, like, I don't hate you as much. But then he also gave her a, you know, like, that wasn't your fault type thing. So they had a brief little bonding moment while he was unconscious, and all is well, presumably, between them for now. I think Kimiko is she's definitely softened to Frenchie. You know, her and Frenchie were mad at each other because he's upset with her for going, like, she went through this situation, right, where her brother died, and then she took all her anger and hurt and directed it into killing and doing these pretty rough, bad things, and he's kind of throwing it in her face a little bit, and they're not very happy with each other. And then throughout the episode, she is consistently being presented with story after story of like him going through these horrible things and not either not going the route she went, or just learning about the pain that he's been through, and she's just really feeling bad for him. And just like the emotional toil that he's gone through. And I think she's feeling a little bad about how she has reacted to the situation. Granted, it is her brother that died. So she's entitled to a lot of pain. Sucks that she wants to take that pain out on other people, but you know. But I like that they're softening up to each other again near the end. Yeah, talked about Lamplighter. I think he's great. I think his power set is cool. He's working in this hospital. The bald chick, what was her name? Cindy? She's like Jack from Mass Effect. She has like telekinesis, so she popped that dude, one of the workers, and it made me think maybe she was the one that blew up Raynor and blew up her head and did it from a distance. That's why her nose bled first, because she was like super far away. And she's been kept there because she's crazy, and Stormfront is like, hey, I can use you. and Stormfront could incapacitate her, but she didn't die. So, you know, I think that's what happened with that situation, but I'm not sure. What else? Acid Man burned his own face. Don't really understand the logistics of that. Like, the acid is fine inside his own body, but if he spits it on the outside of his body, it tears him up. But then if it burned the outside of his body and then went onto the inside of his body, would it then not just be fine? Like, I don't understand how it kept burning. Like, the logistics of that man burning himself with his own acid doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But it looked cool. A-Train and the Deep. So A-Train is, you know, he's still being kind of shown the retirement parade type thing where, you know, in baseball, whenever a super famous player like Mariano Rivera or something like that, when they retired, every time they went to a new stadium on their season-long road trip or whatever, the team would present them with like a gift or something. Be like, hey, you're a Hall of Famer, congratulations, like, good job on your retirement. A-Train's kind of being presented with that. He's getting his own theme song. Like, things are being given to him. He's probably might sign with Nike or Adidas. He probably just made that up, actually. But he is not thrilled with it. And you know, Stormfront's still looking at him like he's trash because he's not white. And he runs into the Deep, who was just there talking with Maeve about, he got a GoPro from the plane that went down. And so the Deep and A-Train run into each other. And he's like, yo, bro, I can help you out, bro. Like, you want fresco, bro? Let's go talk to this cult leader and maybe get you back in the 7. And then they have lunch, and it's like this thing. It's weird, and they know too much about him, but essentially it looks like A-Train might also be joining the Church of the Collective, because then it'll get him and the Deep back into the 7. And if Maeve joins as well, those 3 can go after Homelander and possibly remove him from power, and it's almost presenting a situation of the Church of the Collective versus the 7, and that's an interesting thing, because that's like it's so weird, because like the Church of the Collective is meant to be a play on the Church of Scientology. And it's very interesting seeing this and then paralleling it with the real world, how like so many celebrities, like probably half your favorite celebrities that you like in movies, like if you go on Google and type in like who is a member of the Church of Scientology, like famous celebrities in Church of Scientology, you will be shocked to find out how many of your favorite celebrities are Scientologists, like who are in the position of the Deep and potentially A-Train going forward, where they are part of this church that's essentially like blackmailing them with all this info, and they can't tell the secrets about it, and it's messed up. The Church of Scientology is crazy. Don't ever join that. But that'll be an interesting thing to develop and see where that goes, of you know, how is this the Church of Scientology, the Church of the Collective, how is that going to rise up against Vought, and, you know, the power struggle that might go between those? Because, like, even in the real world, that's super crazy, like, how the Church of Scientology is kind of taking control of certain industries and high up people and getting them to join, and it's a little messed up. Maeve's trying to take out Homelander, so she gets that GoPro of the footage of her and Homelander leaving that plane to crash, and Elena finds it, and she is horrified, to say the least. You know, that's gotta be insane, having the person that you love like you already know she's not the greatest person, because like she's part of this superhero gang that is pretty much ambivalent to doing horrible things. And you see literal video footage of probably like the biggest news story in the last year was that plane going down. Like that's the biggest thing for them. It's what catalyzed getting Soups into the military. Like Homelander made a big speech about it. This was a crazy thing. She probably thinks back to right after when Maeve just showed up to the apartment like crying and just like dead inside. And she's seeing literal it's one thing when you love someone and that you hear about something they did and you're like, okay, I can maybe forgive you for this, but when you actually see them do it like on camera, that's got to be like a whole new level of just like visceral shock in your face of like complete perception change of how you feel about this person. There's no way that she now views Maeve as someone that she can still be with. Like that's insane. Even if Maeve was planning to use it or give it to the news or whatever, like she still did that. She was afraid, but she is still a superhero. She could maybe hold her own for a little tiny bit against Homelander. And as long as she did this in the right way, like she could have maybe gotten out. And instead, her girlfriend sees it and is never going to think of her the same way. Now, it'll be interesting to see, you know, what happens with that video footage. Like, how do they progress forward with that? Like, is she going to give it to the news? Is she going to just confront Homelander with it? I don't want her to die. I feel like if she confronted Homelander, it would be him and Stormfront, and they would just murder Maeve. And I don't want that to happen. I like her a lot. I want this team up to happen where they all take him down. But knowing this show, I don't know if it's going to work out that well. And then let's talk about the dude with the giant dick. That was so funny. Like when you see him on the camera, you're like, I don't know, I just had a slight Australian accent there. I said, when you see him on the camera, righto. When you see him on the camera and you see his giant schnoz down in his pants there, you're like, oh my god, that guy's got a giant dick. You didn't really expect to see it come back up later, and then the window breaks and you're like, is that a giant worm? No, that's that guy's dick. He's choking mother's milk with the dick. And it gets out. Kimiko punches him in the face, got the bossy sign on his head, and his wiener shrivels back up in his pants, and it's like, yo, dude, you just had this man's 10-foot dick wrap around your neck. And Freddy's like, try and keep an open mind, man. Just, that was super funny. And it leads into the most horrific aspect of this episode, which is Homelander and Stormfront. Ugh, I hate everything about them. Every scene they're in together is just the worst thing possible. Like, right off the bat, this dude robs something. Homelander stops him. And they're like, oh, we're superheroes. We can't do bad things, while she's, like, giving him a hand job over his suit. And I assume in that moment, he ejaculated into his suit while he crushed that man's head. And then they just proceed to have sex next to this guy's dead body. And it's just the most horrific thing ever. And it's just gross, and I hate it. And then later, he's like, ooh, let me surprise you. He gets her a bouquet of flowers. Even more gross. Quit being vulnerable. That's disgusting. It's like when you see a couple get matching cups. My roommate did that once. You know who you are. You and your dumb matching cups. I hope he sees this. That would be so funny. And it's so gross. And she's like, yo, I'll be back in 20 minutes. Got to go to the tower. she goes to the facility and does her dang just at the facility to be in charge. Homelander's upset because he's like, where's my girlfriend at? She just lied to me. My trust is broken. He goes to the tower. She's not there. Comes back, burns down his trailer. And he's just essentially upset with her the whole episode, being like, why you always lying? Why you always lying? You know, justifiably upset that she lied to him. And then she's like, you know what? I'll tell you the whole truth. And she tells him that she was born in 1919 in Germany. She was friends with all the high ups, all the big Nazi people you know that are the most horrific people ever to walk the earth. Some of the most horrific people to ever walk the earth. You know who they are. She was friends with them. She married Frederick Vought, and you know, they had a Nazi flag in their wedding picture and everything. They're the worst. And he gave her the first successful injection of Compound V, gave her powers and presumably immortality. And then they had a kid. That kid grew old and died. Who knows what happened with that kid then. But she's upset that Vought has developed into this big corporate entity that is, you know, they like money and in her mind all these shallow things like image and money and movies and deals and all this jazz. She hates it. She wants Vought to go back to the ideals that it was founded on of white people being better than everyone else, which I want to point out, not true. White people are no better than anyone else. In fact, in some cases, we're much worse. Every race is awesome. If you are a racist and think white people are cooler than anyone else, you suck, and I don't want to associate with you. You know, white supremacy is bad. Don't be like our president and not be able to disavow white supremacy on a debate stage. It's super easy to say, I disavow white supremacy. They suck. Easy peasy. All right, moving on. She wants them to go back to those roots. And she's like, oh, everyone I've ever loved has died, and no one wants to be a Nazi with me. Life sucks. And it's like, shut up. But then she's like, but then I found you, this perfect Aryan specimen, and I love you because you're the perfect Aryan specimen. That's why I love you with all my heart, because you're blonde and blue-eyed and you're not black. And it's like, oh, I hate her. I hate her so much. And she's like, and I want you to lead an army of perfect superhuman white people to eradicate the rest of the races. And it's like if you think back to history and how World War II went down and how you view Nazis now as the most horrific people ever because of what they did, think of that times 1 trillion, because she's planning to develop superhuman white supremacists to eradicate every other race. If anyone enjoys her, you're the worst. I enjoyed her for 3 episodes and then found out she was horrible and don't like her anymore. In fact, I actively hate her. The actress does a great job. I hate the character so much with a burning passion. And then they make out at the end and it's gross. And then the blonde chick catches the bald chick, Cindy, who explodes people, catches a ride with a hitchhiker. As a hitchhiker, I mean. And just every time that she's on the screen with Homelander, or even on the screen in general, I hate her guts and I want her to die. I need this team up of all these other people to happen so freaking fast so they can kill her and Homelander. maybe don't kill Homelander, because I love the actor and I just love how crazy he is. Like, he's so unpredictable at any moment. Her, you can predict she's going to be a racist. You can kill her off. Homelander, maybe keep him around because his actor is awesome, but freaking A. I've been talking so long. This might be the longest video I ever make. Just talk. This isn't even like the season finale or anything. Let me know down below in the comments what you thought of this episode. Do you like Lamplighter? Like, are you on board with him as I am? Like, I'm fully on board. I want him to join the team. I see a full redemption arc coming for him. Maybe the deep kind of like sidestepped on his redemption arc when he joined the Church of Scientology. Not sure how I feel about him now. You know, I think he's growing as a person, but I don't know if he's entirely genuine about it. But Lamplighter seems super genuine about how traumatized he is about the thing that he did. So I'm fully on board him and his redemption arc, and I want him to become like the coolest member of the boys, where he's just like torching bad guys left and right. Like, he's awesome. Love him. Yeah. How do you feel about Kimiko and Frenchie, Serge? How do you feel about them kind of like getting not back together, but a little less far apart? What about Annie and Butcher? How do you feel about that situation? If you were Mallory, would you have shot Lamplighter? I think I might have, if he burned my grandkids. As bad as he felt about it, I would be like, you know, I don't care. Boom, you're dead. Even if it didn't help me, I'd be like, I needed to do that. If you were a full-grown adult and you were injected with Compound V, what superpower do you think you would get? Would you get the giant dick? What if you did get that power? It's kind of funny that the dude that gets the giant dick power is also like super ugly though. Imagine if some like male model gets that power. That guy must be living the life. Oh man. Let me know what you thought of the episode as a whole down below. Those are all my thoughts. If you liked my reaction, please leave a like on the video. Please subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.